Here we go. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Let's declare it the weekend. We've got a raid already, and that's not easy to do for two reasons. We're, of course, over here on YouTube. We've got Pokes raiding in from Twitch. Doubly impressive, seeing as he has no idea how to raid when he's on his own platform, yet he's somehow managed to do it over to YouTube. What an absolute hero he is. We've got plenty of familiar friends with us. Craig, have we been sacked? Craig, it's not that drastic, although it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Benjamin, I do believe you're first. Again, Benjamin, in our hearts, you're always first. Joshua Brown, another who's always first in our hearts. Benjamin's downgraded himself to second. Rob Dunn is with us. We've got Thoughtsy with us. We've got Jackie the Espresso Cat in. We've got Govu with the raid. We've got Pokesy joining us. We've got JM Thought coming at us from Greater... Well, that's how a southerner would say it, JM Thoughts. We've got Coloured Sands. We've got Mr. Truth. Llama is a legend. I'm not sure about that, Mr. Truth. You're very generous in your praise. Thoughtsy, Llama is late. He's doing his ticket on TFB, working out which zone of the greater Birmingham area he's travelled in today. Spencer's with us, TaylorMade Gaming, good to see you. Joshua Brown, hi Llama. Have you recovered from Birmingham's Cup final defeat earlier this week? And Talis is with us as well. Afternoon all. Well, look, there's so much to dissect from all of that. Where have you all sprung up from? This is a huge turnout for a Friday afternoon. Soccer scenarios as well. Morning for you. Let me get my Carolinas right. Soccer scenarios. We're going North Carolina for you, aren't we? Is that correct? Welcome in. You're very welcome. Let's jump into the game. Let's try and get it up on screen. Goodness me, we have got we've got some things to talk about. First of all, welcome back. We are well and truly back right now. As regulars will know, over the last, 6-7 weeks or so, I've been back at my old employer covering for somebody, and I said I would cover for them before I left back in September. Well, yesterday, that short stint back in teaching expired. As of today, we are back carefree and ready to stream 3 times a week. That's going to be Mondays. That's going to be Tuesdays. It's going to be Fridays as well. 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. That said, we may call today's stream just slightly earlier as parental llamas are coming over this afternoon. It is Father Llama's birthday tomorrow. It is... also, the end of, and apologies if you're not from the UK, you won't understand what this means in the slightest, but it's the end of SATs week this week, which, if you're not from the UK, we've decided the smart thing to do in education in the UK is to subject 10-year-olds to like the Hunger Games of assessments. And the middle llama is 10 years old. He's been participating in SATs week. He's been having assessments in reading, writing, literacy, spelling, mathematical reasoning, arithmetic. It's just a little ritual we have in the UK where we like to reduce all 10-year-olds to a quivering wreck. He's had his last arithmetic paper today. And so the parents are coming over to celebrate Grandad Llama's birthday. We're also going to be celebrating the end of SATs for Middle Llama and Big Llama. By big, I mean my eldest son. He's also been having exams, so we're having a little bit of a celebration. Parents are coming at 3, so we might be knocking our stream on their head slightly early, maybe about 10 to 3, but I'll give you a little insight behind the scenes of Family Llama. My parents are always late whenever they come over, so we won't rush off. What else have we got in the chat? We've got JM Thoughts. Love transport for Birmingham. Great service. Helps you get around the huge greater Birmingham area. JM Thoughts, are you trying to rile me right now? Anyway, this is a long overdue welcome to all of our familiar friends.
Afternoon, everybody.
Talis, look at Talis. He's so on brand. He's already smashed that like button, as have 9 others, Talis. So Well, there's a figure to be proud of. Thank you very much for being so on brand. Soccer Scenarios, we are North Carolina, but you're about an hour's drive from South Carolina, so you're mid-Carolina. So you wouldn't be far away with either guess. I think we've talked Gamecocks before, haven't we? Soccer Scenarios, always one of my favourite YouTube rabbit holes is to look at college North American warm-ups football games. And those Gamecocks, they don't half make a fuss. Pokes, we will pass on your regards to Father Llama. Thank you very much. Craig, your other guess was going to be... so let's get into it. I've got a feeling, not that tonight is going to be a good night, actually. I've got a feeling that Sir Harvey Nibbs might be finished in his career. We're on the 24th of October. I don't know whether there's been a Sports Interactive update, by the way, but I decided to play a couple of games this morning, and I've picked up a spate of injuries. We've got Tommy Fellows out 2 to 3 weeks. We've got Dara O'Shea 2 to 4 weeks. We've got Keanu barefoot and pregnant out for 7 days to 3 weeks. And then we've got old Jebbles out for 2 weeks as well. We can ride out all of those. Not ideal because we can only register 22 players over the age of, I'm not sure, 7. Most of our players are older than 7. But the big injury to a 30-year-old, not far off turning 31, Harvey Nibbs, is that he's going to be out for 4 to 5 months, taking us not a million miles away from the end of the season. He'll be 31 by that time, and QPR may well be promoted back to League One by that time. And whisper it quietly, I can't believe these words are about to escape my mouth. Is a 31-year-old Harvey Nibbs going to be able to cut it in League One? There, I said it. I've put it out there into the public domain. I'm not entirely convinced that he will. I mean, granted, he scored 10 goals in 6 games since he joined us, so he, no mean feat. But I don't know whether a 31-year-old Sir Harvey is quite going to fire us to promotion to the Championship. So it's a dark day. We're wrestling with the future of Sir Harvey. Let's just remember, by the way, I mean, he came to us relatively late in his career. Our time together has been brief, but it has shone magnificently. 32 goals when we snapped him out at Bromley. He's shown that he can destroy this level of football before. We took him with us to Birmingham in League One. He scored 13 goals for us. They barely played him after we left. He would have scored even more goals than that if we'd have remained in charge. And then he was released from Birmingham, jumps into QPR, 10 goals in 9 appearances, only 6 of them starts. What am I even doing doubting him? He'll play till the age of 40. They call him the Midlands Zlatan. I'm sure he'll be fine. But 4 to 5 months means he's done for this stream, I'm afraid. Who else have we got joining us? Greeno.
Afternoon, everybody.
Do you know what? It's never anything short of an absolute pleasure when Greeno joins in the stream. Do you know what I'm going to say, Greeno? I would imagine that a night down a Dorset ale house with you would be one of the most fascinating and insightful evenings that you could care to spend. I'm going to wager this, young Greeno. You've got some of the best trips down memory lane that anybody could wish to enjoy. So welcome in, Sats, marvellous stuff, character building, greetings from the greater Dorset area. Good to see you, Greeno. JB, alternative suggestion, extend the stream by 15 minutes and have your... Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine having my parents involved? By the way, Mother Llama frowns on all of this Football Manager nonsense. She's fine with my other YouTube endeavours to do with education, but this one, not so good. Soccer Scenario, sounds like your parents. They've gotten better since you've been married, but before you could count on them being 2 hours late. 2 hours late in America is not the same as 2 hours late in the UK because you crazy Americans travel such extreme distances for everything. Pokes, Who votes for YouTube to have an adore button? Pokes you, old charmer. You're just giddy on your buffet lunch, aren't you? You're absolutely right, Govu. Flirting away he is. Thoughtsy, your version of Sir Harvey Nibs was still going strong in 2030. Well, I'm in 2029. In the second tier of Svenska. And Bob Lennon, there is an update for the China transfers. Bob, is that the only update we've got? Can I not blame this spate of injuries on anything other than just misfortune then? I thought it might be to do with the update. Welcome in, Bob. Anyway, Thoughtsy, can you imagine the shock when he lined up against you? Small, well, I can indeed, Thoughtsy. Craig's already downgrading Sir Harvey to a squad player. There we go. That's the spirit. JB, start one, bench one, sell one. Oh, this is not a game. This is not a game I like. Here we go, JB. Start one out of Harvey Nibs, Elia Petrelli and Petar Musa. By the way, for those of you that have absolutely no idea what our good friend JB is talking about, my very first series of Football Manager on YouTube was called Border Adventures. Joshua Brown's the only person to watch that series, but he's developed quite a penchant for some of the stars that emerged in that series, and two of them were Elia Petrelli, Petar Musa. JB, to answer your question, we start Petar Musa, we bench Harvey Nibs, and the board sells Elia Petrelli behind our backs. James Harris is in. For those of you that don't know Jarris, well, I'd imagine none of you know Jarris. It would be bizarre if you did. But Jarris is one of my former students from years gone by. Will it be a managerial move to the Cov if they beat Borough on Sunday? No moves to Cov. I'm back on the straight and narrow now. In this save, we're only managing clubs from the 5 capital cities of the Big 5 leagues, which is London and Berlin. It is Madrid and Rome and Paris, of course. We may have accidentally had a brief dalliance with Birmingham City, but that was the chat's fault. It absolutely was not mine. And we will stick into the capitals from now on. And to my credit, I did walk away from top of the table Birmingham as we were about to be crowned League One champions and take over absolutely relegation certainties QPR, which is now why we find ourselves in Sky Bet League 2. But look at us there, top of the table with one game in hand. I think you'll agree that was quite a fine performance. Sir Harville, second in the goal-scoring charts, number 1 in terms of average ratings, and out for the next 5 months. Not great. I'm sure you will agree. What else have we got going on here? Greeno, thanks, fella. Well, let me know when you're down here and you'll buy me a lemonade while we reminisce over early 90s lower league footballers. I tell you what, Greeno, in October, I am going to be in the vicinity. My llamas and parental llamas and my brother and cousin llamas, who don't refer to themselves as llamas at all. In fact, nobody else in my family refers themselves as a llama. We're all going to be in Dorset for a week during October. And there are whispers, not from me, Greeno, don't take offence. There are whispers that if Weymouth are at home, then people would like to go for a game. I was pushing for Bournemouth as it would be one of our 92, but other people said, oh no, wouldn't Weymouth be cheaper and easier to get tickets for? So, I tell you what, Greeno, we could make it a date. I know you'll be working the wheels of steel, but we could pop up to the press box and see you, I'm sure. Govu, Cov are the biggest team in the Midlands, to be honest. It would be a good move. Cov are massive right now, aren't they? I mean, the Birmingham game was sold out. We took 5,000. Cov had about, 25,000 of their own there. They've done very well to make the playoffs. Craig, you said at least you were writing off his career. I know. I do have a terrible habit, Craig, of overreacting. But it's an age thing. Do you know what? I'm terribly ageist in Football Manager terms. As soon as a player hits 29, I start to get a little bit twitchy. And I want to start replacing them. And Harvey Nibs is going to be 31 by the time he's back. And I don't know. The future seems somewhere else to me. Govu, that is a cool journeyman idea. Well, you know me, Govu. I like to have a little bit of a twist on our saves. I don't like them to be too vanilla. You know, we like to try and mix things up a little bit. What have we done in the past? We've done some youth-only saves. We've done some change clubs every season and don't even allow yourself to purchase players. And this seemed like a good bit of fun, this one. We've got Brian with us as well this afternoon. Excuse me, Brian.
Afternoon, everybody.
Never has a norm been more deserved than when regular guy barges his way into the bar. Pull up a stall, Brian. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well, fellow QPR manager. Although I've seen tweets, Brian, about you potentially moving on. So let us know where you are now. Joshua Brown, have you seen that Birmingham have been deducted 2 points, suspended until the end of next season? No. No. Things move apace, Joshua Brown. So that will be for us selling the club to people who'd not been assessed by the fit and proper owners kind of like board. But then I'll still allowing them to invest money into the club and take over, only for them to then back out and us to be on to new owners again by now. Good that we've got a 2-point deduction going into next season, though. Fabulous. Govu, what do we think of alpacas in here? They're the devil's playground. We don't even say the A word. Faz, welcome in. You'll have to work with me, Faz. I'm very old. PUSB. No, I'm not sure if that's some kind of like young person's abbreviation. It's not one that I understand, I'm afraid. Benjamin, that's why you should make exceptions in the National League on occasions. Govu was winding up Glenn about Coventry being bigger than Forest. Nobody's bigger than Forest. Regular guy, as a big Cheers fan and a beer drinker, that's top honours for you. Have another one then, my friend.
Evening, everybody.
And in Promotion Hunter, you've left QPR. It's gone. It's happened. And you're now in Switzerland with Lugano. Well done for getting that job. As Joshua Brown will tell you, there's a lot of fun to be had in the Swiss leagues. JM Thoughts will tell you that as well as a... What are you, JM? Are you an honorary Swiss person or are you a semi-Swiss person? Are you full-on? Do you consider yourself a full-on Swiss person? I don't think you parlay the lingo, do you? But regular guy, first time in the Swiss league. There's no better time in the Swiss league than the first time. Lugano, as we say, Lugano. Okay. Okay, we've got to pick some players for today. And we've got 5 injuries, so this is not going to be pretty. The Bobster is back. So the Bobster goes in. Let's switch over Butler, Ayadeji, and the Bobster. Old Jebuson's injured. That's our natural backup to Sir Harvey Nibbs. Saiz is also injured. That's our other natural backup to Sir Harves. So we're going to have to get Tommy Lee in. If he can put his drumsticks down for long enough, he's going to play. And then, we need to make 2 changes at the back. So Fagan Walcott comes in. Lisa Stansfield is going to come in. Very disappointing player, Lisa. The only way is up. Oh, no, that's Yaz, isn't it? Yeah, journeyman career, Stansfield. He's been around the world. Couldn't find his baby, though. Couldn't find him. Pokesy, you're in no doubt down a rabbit hole looking up Sats questions. They are ridiculous. So, Pokes, just to give you a little bit of context. Yesterday's Sats paper, the National Association of Head Teachers, is that their title? They've actually written to the government complaining about the complexity of yesterday's paper. Kids nationally were in floods of tears about it. Unfortunately, I think Junior Llama got all of his emotions out over the weekend. Once he actually got started, got up and running with them, he's been fine, to be honest. And he's been promised that at school pickup time, he's going to get to go to the park with his mates and run it off, and then come back, see the grandparents, and then there's talk of a cheeky Chinese takeaway this evening. So we will we'll look after him over the weekend, I would imagine. JM thoughts. Your mum's family are from so if your mum's family are from there, so they'll be German, so that'll be Basel, won't it? Or as the French call it, I think they just call it Bâle, don't they? You've got an expired Swiss passport, and if I remember rightly, JM thought, you've got a rather natty Switzerland kind of like tracksuit top, haven't you? Which I think makes you fully Swish. Govu, we're struggling with the injuries. That's why I thought maybe it was an update thing, but maybe not. Maybe this is just like a freak accident. Wolfie. Here we go, Wolf.
Need everybody?
Yeah, red alert time. We need to get ourselves to the January window. And our goal, Wolfie, during the January transfer window is sign under 21s that don't need registering. Because you can only register 22 players above the age, I think it's above the age of 20, actually. And we have very few. We've got Chancel and Goy. We've got Ernest Jemiah, and that's pretty much us done for under 21s. We got Voicey as well. Big friends with Marlene Voicey. But, I mean, I'm not sure this is a great player in essence. Teamwork of 7 sends a shudder down my spine, I don't mind admitting. So we need to get the old checkbook open, and we need to go hunting for some good, young talent that doesn't need registering. That is the name of the game. What have we got here? Morgan Whittaker is also someone who can deputise. You're completely right. Whittaker comes onto the bench. He's actually wanted by the Gills Tallis. How dare they? Whittaker has himself been out for a few games, so we've just been getting him back to fitness. Played all right this season, though, when he's come in. He's not a first choice. There are only 2 starts, but 2 goals and an assist. Average rating of 7.24. I think he's just been bobstered, really. The Bobster's got 6 assists and 2 goals, and I also paid a lot of money for the Bobster. So the Bobster gets the nod. And when I'm looking for kind of like rotation options, Adriano Saiz has also been straight into the team, although struggles to stay fit at the moment. So yeah, Whittaker's going to be there, Benjamin. Good spot indeed. Craig, not a chippy tea on a Friday. Not this Friday. The young llamas have voted, and I think they would always go Chinese food. Govu, sweet and sour chicken balls and egg fried rice will both be on the menu. A little bit of chow mein as well. Whenever we go to the Chinese, honestly, we seem to order like an EU mountain of prawn crackers, and my entire household is just crunching all Friday night whilst I try to watch football. Thoughtsy, spot on. You get so much love from me. Spot on German and French from a Brummie. Thank you. The sin is to say it like the herb basil. Or, yeah, absolutely. Which is how Americans always mispronounce. Yeah, basil or Bâle, I think, isn't it? I do like to work on my pronunciations, although I get roundly criticised on the internet every time we launch a Save Ideas video. By the way, talking of videos, we are 28 minutes into the stream. We've not clicked continue yet. Indulge me. New video out on the manager's seat about 30 minutes ago. It's by Stinger. And honestly, I watched it earlier and I thought about tearing up my formation and turning my anchorman into a halfback. Watch what Stinger can do with a halfback in that video. And honestly, you'll want to be making your new tactic centered around that role in Football Manager. It's a fabulous video. It was released about half an hour ago. Get it open in another pane. Click on it. Give it a like. Give it a watch after this. And there's going to be nothing from me on the manager's seat tomorrow. When Simon Thornley drops in, I will have to give him my apologies. He's written a fabulous script for a new Save Ideas video. And with teaching, I have not had time to record it yet. I've got that to do over the next week. I've got a little collab with Young Soccer Scenarios that I've got to get recorded this week as well. Hopefully both of those videos will be ready for the manager's seat in a week's time. The one with Soccer Scenarios, by the way, It's going to be a little bit special. Let's get into the old game then. We are taking on QPR. In fact, no, we're teasing you. We're not taking on QPR because I'm managing them. Colchester, the Badgers, that's who we're taking over. Let's show you how we've been doing. First of all, look at this. It's a bit of all right, isn't it? I think when we left you, we'd just beaten West Ham United on penalties in the Pizza Cup, which was a complete non-event, let's be honest. Since then, we've put 3 goals past Harrogate Town without a reply from them. A 4-1 victory against Doncaster. And I think that was a very well-deserved win as well. We looked very good in that game. And then we've tickled 3 past Hartlepool. So we're in good form. We're not conceding too many goals. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets in the last 5 fixtures. We're scoring plenty as well. Life's looking pretty good up there. Life is looking pretty good. Tal, it's always fun when you order Chinese and then share the various... it's very sharey. I pay for them all, and then the young llamas tear into them like a rabid pack of wolverines. Soccer scenarios. Hey, now, this American can say Basel correctly. Of course he can. But soccer scenario... I might be confusing you with another one of our American friends. Haven't you spent some time in the UK? Or am I making that up? Did you live in the UK for a spell? Too bad you used the wrong word for football, you guessed. There is no wrong word for football. Honestly, when I'm over in America, soccer scenarios, I'm walking on the sidewalk, my friend, and I am watching soccer. We can call it what we like. You call it whatever you like. Regular gay, you are in your MLS save right now and literally changed your DM to a halfback halfway through that video. I'm so tempted. If I had a player that I thought could play a halfback, I'd be doing it too. Oh, Greeno, sorry. Apologies, Greeno. Should have given it the big build-up. We're about to talk food, Greeno. We're about to talk food. Here he goes. Chinese order has to include ribs, duck. Blimey, Greeno. Made of money you are, aren't you? Made of money. Quarter a duck round our way. There's another 15 quid gone. Anyway, so what are we doing then? We're doing some ribs, we're doing some duck, we're doing those cheeky little pancakes, some Szechuan chicken, some special chow mein, beef and black bean. Oh, sorry, Greeno, I hadn't even finished now. He's already got his finger on the phone ready to order. Benjamin felt for Michelino FM last night as he was in a major conundrum as he has so many fabulous CMs and he just couldn't figure out what to do. That sounds like a nice conundrum to have to me. Soccer scenarios, well, be excited, not too excited because it's still me doing the video. So I'm not sure that we will get 1 million views on it, but it'll be a lot of fun doing it. Pokes, you got your own rabid pack of Wolverines now, I guess. TaylorMade, 30 minutes in and we're getting a game. Yeah, sorry, TaylorMade. I mean, I almost clicked onto the game a minute ago and then I retrenched, came back to show you the fixtures. McFly, absolute welcome into you, sir.
Evening, everybody.
McFly, I have visions of you already in your sitting room doing lunges and stretches, ready for tomorrow's game as a Colchester fan. Hush my mouth. Sorry, as a Chesterfield fan. Big game for you tomorrow, isn't it? Are you heading down? Are you making your way to the playoff final? I looked at getting tickets to that game. I was going to take them down, but unfortunately, young llamas have put paid to that with various sporting activities of their own, and they wanted to put their own sporting pursuits ahead of me going and watching the Vanarama National Playoff Final. Unbelievable. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Carry on the last performance, even though very few of you actually played in the last performance. And we should do all right. Soccer scenarios. I'm a complete liar, am I? You've never been to the UK. That's absolutely... I've just made things up there. Soccer scenarios. You've worked with coaches from there, but never been myself. Definitely want to go to a Premier League game one day as the Bobster curls in a corner to the far post. The Weaver heads it away. Breachy to Walcott to Lisa. No, that one. Way over the bar. That one's been around the world to 998 all on its own, I'm afraid. One shot after 20 minutes, after the big build-up about how free scoring we've been is not ideal. By the way, this is the third time that I've picked up my drink and I'm still yet to take a sip from it, so excuse one. Just wet the proverbial whistle with that. Here's Tommy Lee into Butler Ayadeji. If you can hear Discord binging in the background, forgive me. JDFM and Sting are having a little chat about something. We've had 5 shots, 2 on target, nothing for Colchester. But so far, they're getting as many points out of this game as us. 72% possession. And we've done precious little with it. You know who we're missing, don't you? And his last name is Nibs. We're going to thrash the arms. And we're going to put the fear of God into them a little bit. Tom Stansfield, of course, couldn't handle that. What can we do and where can we do it? Butler Ayadeji for Whittaker, I think, is a sensible move. Let's go. Jamie Bowden is playing all right, actually. He's playing all right. Wells Morrison's not, though. Let's go for Jerry Lawrence. J Law. Okay, we're off again. We're off again. JM Thoughts, you will be hounded out for saying this, but your Chinese order is spring rolls, some seaweed, some tofu, with some egg fried rice. That seems like a perfectly sensible order to me. Let's get the mouse off the screen. You don't want to be looking at that. Here is J-Law. Oh, J-Law straight into the action. Did J-Law take a touch there? Or is that his first touch of the ball? Breachy, take me to the breach. Whittaker's 1 sub, onto J-Law. There's the first touch. Second touch of the game. I tell you what, hey, that's why you come here, isn't it? Game-changing managerial instincts. Now the Bobster's on the ball as well. That's delicate. Rooney, oh, come on. 3 minutes into the second half. He's changed the game with his substitutions. No luck involved in that at all. All managerial acumen. And Fagan Walcott just taps it in. Beautiful stuff. What else have we got in the chat? McFly, big day. You're judging at a CrossFit competition. We got a Eurovision party. And the Spy Rights at Wembley. Looking forward to Eurovision myself. I get 3-0. I get widely derided for this, but I'm a big Eurovision fan. Which some people find hard to believe because the style of music that I typically gravitate towards is very un-Eurovision-esque. And I do have a naturally cynical, sarcastic and fairly grumpy demeanour. But I enjoy a little bit of Eurovision there. I'm just going to say it. Just going to say it. We're big fans in our house. Craig Carlisle have sold out their allocation of 2,400 tickets for a 7 p.m. kickoff on Sunday. Thinks that's a very good showing. Carlisle are a big club, though, aren't they? Could easily be a championship club with the right management. McFly not getting to Wembley because of the comp, of course. Thoughts he's in the same boat. I've got no idea what boat that is because I've not read the previous little conversation. Oh no. Clean sheet gone. We should probably be making some more subs here as well. Here's me just enjoying the frivolity of the chat, and there's work to do. Let's get Chancel and Goy onto the pitch. Let's make it a brace of centre halves. We're going to ask Malachi Boateng to go back there. Just freshen things up. Ernie's struggling. Why do my defenders get so tired, by the way? If anybody wants to look at my tactic, which is not built around pressing particularly, certainly not in the opposition's half of the pitch. If anyone wants to diagnose why my defenders always run out of puff, feel free to put answers on a postcard and let me know. Because I have to rotate my centre halves 60 minutes, 70 minutes in to almost any game I play. By the way, this could well be our game in hand because we're looking like we're going to move 5 points clear of Mansfield. Cheltenham will now have a game in hand on us. They could close that back to 2 points at the summit of the table. But aside from Tommy Lee, who I guess had other things on his mind, that was a very good performance. We're happy with that. Greeno, not a lot of early 90s indie stuff at Eurovision. And no, early 90s indie is just one of my genres that I like, Greeno. I quite like, cheeky bit of Foo Fighters, a bit of Rage Against the Machine. When I was younger, I quite liked a soupçon of punk. In my early 20s, I could dabble in a cheeky bit of metal occasionally. You don't seem to get a lot of that in Eurovision unless Finland make the final. So, I'm not a huge fan of popular music. But I'll make an exception for Eurovision. It's good fun. I like it. Always watch it with the young llamas. They're semi-fussed. I think they're just in it for the late bedtime. Thoughtsy loves a bit of Lordy. There you go. Thougtsy knows. I actually thought old Sam Ryder was pretty decent last year for the UK. Normally, the UK entry is god-awful. But Sam Ryder, I actually thought was a good song and a lovely chap who seemed to conduct himself very well. And I'm always a big fan of that, as you will know. Massimo Vitali is being scouted by us at the moment. Goodness me, he looks like a player. Steven Gerrard's bought him. I know Steven Gerrard's got him on loan. He's actually playing for Southampton. One to keep an eye on for when we're building next season. Pokesy. Smashing it up in a mosh pit. Pokes, you've Googled those words. Would love to see it. Well, not for many a year now. Although, eldest Llama child. Brace yourselves. You're not going to believe this. 43 years. Turned 43 last weekend. I know. It's just a daily skincare regime that keeps me looking so young. But it means the eldest child Llama is 14 now. And he has fabulous taste in music. He basically has the same taste in music as me. So when I'm driving him to football matches, I say, go on. Sync your phone up. Let's see what you got on there. He's got all the hits. Middle child Llama, he essentially just likes songs that have appeared on FIFA. Although he goes old school, on his playlist he's got some FIFA 20, some FIFA 21 on there. And then youngest child Llama literally only likes one song. But he's only 7. Literally, when you walk into his room, he grabs a device and rickrolls you and finds it hilarious. That Rick Astley song, literally the only song he likes. Along with other hits, perhaps like Crab Rave, Crazy Frog. It's a very narrow taste in music that he has. But yeah, eldest child Llama, he likes all the hits. Thoughtsy, still got that darn Banana Grandma song in my head. Who was it? Who brought that to the table? Was it last year that the Norwegian entrants were all dressed as foxes? Sleeping Dragoon is with us. You think Llama is big into oi bands? I don't know what... Oh, is that boy bands? I don't know what oi bands are. I'm really old. I don't understand these things. Regular guy wants to party with little... Oh, no, honestly. He never gets tired of that joke either, Brian. Literally. He will rickroll until the cows come home. Never gets tired. For a 7-year-old, yeah, he's a cheeky one, Pokes. I don't mind telling you. The littlest one, he's a cheeky one. The other 2 llamas are very sensible, but the little one, all he wants to do is just do jokes. Always. Even his choice of literature. What are we reading with him at the moment? Something whimsical. He loves whimsical. Soccer Scenarios. You often listen to the FIFA playlist. You and Middle Llama. Same taste in music. Bit of nostalgia of old career modes before you discovered FM. That's literally what my middle child does. When he hears songs on TV adverts, he goes, well, that's FIFA 19. By the way, I think Mrs. Llama has actually polluted middle child Llama a little. By the way, if you see the steams today as well, don't worry. I think as we mentioned last stream, the PC's not on fire. We've got the old humidifier. Again, it's all part of the daily skin regime. Craig, Tub Thumping. Is that Chumbawamba? Best FIFA song ever. Greeno, your 16-year-old has half decent taste. Been to see the Chiefs. Oh, I love a bit of royal blood. You love the Sheds, Greeno. We've spoken about that. That's more than half decent, that, Greeno. That's bang on. JB, your kids sound great, and I could do with more interesting siblings. JB, come on then. How old are your siblings? Because you're a youngster, JB, aren't you? I mean, I didn't want to say this out loud, JB, but I'm old enough to be one of your parents. So how old are these siblings, JB? We got some changes to make. Let's get J Law into the team. Take Me to the Breach drops out. Let's get Bugsy Burrows back in for Jemiah. Fagan Walcott is struggling for fitness, but he's more fit than Rooney. So let's get Chancel in, controversially, for Rooney. Jamie Bowden also needs a rest. Malachi Boateng is the obvious choice to come in. And Tommy Lee's struggling. So, Benjamin, how about we do this? We get Morgan Whittaker up front. Nothing else available on the bench apart from a goalkeeper. You can see all these players that I've not registered. I was trying to shift them out during the summer, and they're all over the age of 20. Aaron Hughes, by the way, is decent. I just decided I didn't like his jumping reach of 3, so I wanted to bomb him out. 3.4 million. Couldn't get a sniff. I'll have to try and register him for the second half of the season, I think. Greeno, the 9-year-old's a different story. Just listens to pop. Terrible. Jackie, how's it going, Jackie? It's going very, very well. Welcome in.
Afternoon, everybody.
Jackie, you're on the outskirts of Stockholm, aren't you? So you're going to be an hour ahead. You're staring the weekend square in the face. Hope it's a good one for you. Pokes Humidifier, the YouTube bunny must be rolling it. You get these. I don't know whether I can lift it high enough, Pokesy, but get these cheeky little scoundrels off Amazon, and I don't know, only about a tenner, I reckon. Only about a tenner. You know me, Pokesy. I'm pretty penniless these days since I've quit my job. Yet give all my money to you in Twitch subs. JB. Oh, your siblings are... Oh, okay, you've got quite the range in there then. So you've got 29, so that's going to be older than you. You've got 20 and 10 that are going to be younger. Oh, you've done the maths for me here. The younger two get control of the music in the car. All they do is play, insert overproduced pop, and change the song halfway through. Come on then, JB. Give us a little tour of duty as to your musical tastes then. What kind of things do you like? By the way, 347, we've played one game. We probably need to crack on, don't we? I've not shown you this. Maybe you clocked it yourself. But we've drawn our old club Sutton United in the FA Cup first round, and I have crazy notions of getting to that game before the parents go and press the doorbell. So let's crack on. Let's move it along. What have we got? Rob Dunn, Sweden will win Eurovision. Do you know what, Rob? Welcome in, by the way. I have not heard any of the Eurovision entries this year, including the UK's. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's go out and get a result. Yeah, I'm just gonna see all the songs for the first time. Looking forward to it. McFly, quit your job. Yeah, quite a while ago, McFly. So I'm a teacher, or was a teacher. And I left teaching in September in order to start my own business. So we're a good few months into that now. Although when I left, I said I would go back and cover a colleague that they knew was going to be having an operation during this academic year. And so I finished that cover yesterday. For the last 6 weeks, I've been running my own business and doing a little bit of teaching again, and it's been quite tiring, and it's interfered with the old stream schedule, I don't mind admitting. So now, oh, that's a poor bit of play. Come on, Bobster. So now, yeah, we're back to just working the one job now. So there'll be a little bit more time for streaming, which, well, one person and one person only is pleased about, and that's me. You lot, you're just here. Well, it's just volunteer work for you, isn't it? Whittaker, here we go, BB. Oh, no. Oh, thought he was going to tuck it away, BB, and you'd have been the hero for suggesting he was the striker. Boateng's in, though. There's Malachi. Could be offside, although the linesman seems to be running back. He's happy. He's happy. Malachi Boateng puts us into the lead. Nice. Rook, morning. Llama, do you feel fine? I feel better than fine, Rook. I feel fabulous. How are you? Have we been on the night shift? Have we had our nachos? Is it workout time? Are you being on the bike? Here we go. Lisa Stansfield. Long throw to absolutely nobody. Babatunde mops it up. Here's J Law. Doesn't even jump for the header. Captain Manning. That's a poor ball. Moss. Feeney. This is very slow play. You look, we're setting our shape. We don't go chasing the ball. We wait until they cross our halfway line and then we're interested in winning it back. Here we go. Millard. Come on, we can win that one. Oh no, we've let it go all the way out. Butler's in though. There he is. Butler's in. Now we break. Here we go. Up to Whittaker. Oh no, it's coming back at us. Stonehenge to Knowles. We're in trouble here. Get it away, son. Well done. A little bit of uncomfortable defending there, I would say. Uncomfortable defending. And it's not over yet. Now it is. Here we go. Just go down, Whittaker. Win the free kick there, son. Oh, there we go. That's the stuff. 4 shots Boston have had. I suppose they're 5th in the table, so we're not playing any old team this afternoon. JM Thoughts. Sorry, Thoughtsy. I've taken a break from reading the comments, and there's no context to that whatsoever. You'd like to go in blind. Oh, sorry, we're talking Eurovision. Sorry, I thought you were saying you'd like to go blind. Well, that's an odd decision. I'm not sure many people would like that. You want to go into Eurovision blind? I think he's offside there, isn't he? Terrible miss as well. Yeah, it's going to be fun tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going in blind, same as you. JB, about the same as yours, really. You're still waiting for Board Adventures 2, the merch, and of course, the subsequent movie film. Do you know what? I'd like, just a little peek behind the curtain here, JB. One of the things I like to, I'm not sure I should admit this. Oh, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Sometimes I just go on Google and I just like to look at Google Maps and just think about where the next Border Adventures would be. I have a little spreadsheet that shows all the different countries that you can play in Football Manager and which has the most bordering nations that are also a playable league in Football Manager. Not saying it's productive use of my time, but it's how I like to enjoy it, and I won't hear any criticism of it. I think we need to show everyone that the recent praise is justified. I think Morgan Whittaker needs to improve from a 6.3, but hey, that's just me. McFly, fellow self-employed person, love it. Best thing you ever did. I think I would agree with you. I'll tell you, having just gone back and had a little 6-week look at the educational profession, it ain't getting any easier, I'll tell you. Tommy Lee or Voicey? I think we go Tommy Lee. Centre-back's tired again. Oh, okay. We'll rotate Fagan Walcott out. We're only 1-0 up in this game. We could do with another goal. We need something on the wings, but we don't have much, do we? In fact, I'm not sure we can do anything there over on the wings. What about central midfield? Maybe we'll keep our powder dry and go right backs instead then. Okay. 3 changes made. 60 minutes on the clock. Rook, 1.5 jobs. Please, someone has to coach some football. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm also... possibly getting back into football next season as well. Not playing. Goodness me. So yeah, that'll be another drain on the old time. A regular guy, you just noticed the stream title, and as a massive REM fan, you heartily approve. I like to put these little Easter eggs in there, Brian. Do you know what? I would say people probably pick up on maybe half of the Easter eggs that I pop down there, and I keep laying them down anyway. Well done on spotting that one. Titans in. Greetings from Malmö, Sweden. How are you today? It's 20 degrees here. Oh, that's lovely. 20 degrees in Malmö. I'd imagine that is a beautiful little sight. Titan, come on, set the scene. What's happening on a Swedish weekend? Oh, we clipped the post. What are your plans? I would love, do you know what? I would love to visit more of the Scandinavian countries. Mrs. Llama wanted to go to the Maldives for our honeymoon, and instead I took her to Reykjavik. Loved it, one of the nicest countries I've ever visited. I'd love to go to Norway, love to go to Denmark, love to go to Sweden. If you're from Finland, apologies, I don't feel the call. I'm sure it's lovely. What is a Friday night in Malmö going to entail, Titan? Let us know. Let us know. Rook, you're just making them now. Finished a ride, 12.8 miles. 13 miles seem to be a hard barrier for you. 12.8 miles is certainly enough to treat yourself to some nachos, though. Jackie, got to go sadly for a party. You finally got a full-time job next week, so it'll be even more difficult to watch your streams. Jackie, you know as well as I do, you're missing out on absolutely nothing. Good luck with the new job. We are, of course, just delighted that you drop by whenever you're free. The Dragoon, your sister's gone to Eurovision. One of the things on her bucket list was to go and see it when it's in the UK. But there you go. We're all about ticking off things on the bucket list. Mine is to go and watch Boca Juniors play River Plate in the Bombardera, but I don't think that will ever happen. And if it did, I'd imagine I wouldn't make it out of there. I've gone with what the coach advised me to do, and it's that's backfired on me. Pokesy, I reckon you'd be a pretty good geo-guesser. I've heard of GeoGuessr. I don't really know what it is or how it works. I tell you what I am good at, Pokesy. I don't know whether any of you play Hurdle, which is like Wordle, but it's for music intros. And every night I do Hurdle 80s, Hurdle 90s and Hurdle Noughties, all three correct last night, 2 of them in 1 second. That is my party trick. I'm very good at guessing music intros. That's perhaps the only thing I'm very good at, is guessing songs from their intro. I can normally get them in a second or 2. Soccer scenarios. Did I coach previously? I did. Yeah, as part of being a teacher, I did a lot of junior coaching. JB, even if it's a regular European journeyman save, do it. Retain the name for continuity, though. I've got other people, JB, asking me when Mercenary's coming back. I quite fancy. This will never happen. No, this will never happen. But I quite fancy Mercenary, where I change clubs every 6 months rather than every year. Just to see. Dragoon, Llama bombing down the wings. No, I was more of a centre circle kind of player, me. Give me the ball. I'll stand in the centre circle and I'll do an extravagant pass to somebody else. Soccer scenarios. Also, Iceland is on your list for your next European country to visit. You've been to Italy and Germany. Beautiful nations. Wanted to try somewhere a bit different. Iceland is fabulous. David Hall, how are we all? What have we missed? Welcome in, David.
Afternoon, everybody.
You've missed a spate of injuries. You've missed a couple of victories. We're top of the league, David, and we are 5 points clear. I'm very, very happy. We've got the top 3 performing players in the league, although Sir Harvey is unfortunately injured for a frightfully long time. The chat was speculating it might be the end of his career, but I stood firm. Of course I did. I am a man of my word. Scenarios also hopefully could actually go to a match, since you believe they play over the summer. You're right, they do. All of the Northern European nations do, aside from Denmark. I think Denmark still have a winter season. I think they have a big winter break, so I think they probably play into June. But I don't think they have a summer calendar that like MLS or Sweden, Norway would do. But certainly in Iceland they do. You could go and watch. Well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the names. Havnifjord. Titan. This weekend you're going to take a bike ride to spend some time with your parents. Other than that, you're going to play some FM. You'll be watching some football, a bit of the Premier League, and Mulma on Sunday. I tell you what, I'm a bit jealous of that weekend, Titan. My weekend is gone in a flash. Parents over tonight. We've got one kid has got a medical appointment Saturday morning. Another kid's got a football match Saturday morning. Big Llama wants to go to the park Saturday afternoon to practice penalties, because he's nervous that his cup final that he's playing in on Sunday might go to penalties and he might have to take one. So we've got to do that tomorrow. Then we've got the cup final on Sunday afternoon. I've got a morning full of tutoring students Sunday morning. So there we go. We haven't even started the weekend and mine's done. It's accounted for. James Harris. You're related to one of the people I'm tutoring there. Go to Copenhagen, or James, as the Danes like to say, Copenhagen, and get the train across the Mulma. Lovely little weekend. Now, Jaris, you are, what, 19, 20 years old? You're talking like a middle-aged man there. A lovely weekend in Copenhagen. Get the train across the Mulma. Lovely little weekend. Tell you what, James. You've settled into middle age nicely there. Pokes, yes. Hurdle. It's finishing soon, though, isn't it? No, Pokes. Don't believe the hype. So the main hurdle, which is just a song from any genre, but it's always just a Billie Eilish or Imagine Dragons song. That's the one that's run by Spotify. Spotify bought it, ruined it, used it as a marketing tool to try and make people go and listen to Billie Eilish songs on Spotify. The real fun to be had, Pokes, is Hurdle 80s, Hurdle 90s, Hurdle Noughties. You do all three on the bounce. Throw in a cheeky bit of Wordle as well. Great way to finish the day. There you are, Jaris now, who sounds like the middle-aged man. Greeno, been regularly to Danska and a couple of times to Finland and what do Swedes call Sweden, Titan? Is it Sveriges? Svenska. No, it's Svenska, isn't it? Is that right? Svenska. Had never been to Nordga, but so far you're flying from Gdansk to UK. Picked a route with a 3-hour stop in Oslo, so you could say that you'd been there. Well, enjoy duty free in Oslo then. Titan, Sweden, Norway are really nice places. I guess Denmark. Oh, Titan, love it. Love that. Little bit of inter-Scandi rivalry. Lovely. Titan, you've got to love a bit of a Borgen, though. Do you get Borgen in Sweden? Oh, one of the best dramas ever made, that, isn't it, Borgen? What else we got? Rob Dunn, you've placed a cheeky tenner bet on Sweden for Eurovision. I've not heard the songs yet. Titan, what position do you think the Swedish Titan Me was playing back in the day? The Titan sounds like a very impressive name if that was your footballing nickname. So I'm going to say a very powerful target forward. How close am I? Coach.
Need everybody? No.
Of all of the beautiful people that play FM, Coach Zanko is probably up there with the most beautiful of them. Welcome in. For those of you that were watchers of the Dobfather, Coach Zanko is my Slovenian linguistic coach. Guru, I would say. Sherpa, that guided me up to the path of being virtually fluent in Slovenian now. Coach, I know that you are... hang on, where are you, Coach? Where are you? You're not Domshala, are you? You're near Maribor, aren't you? How is Maribor this weekend? Coach, by the way, if you follow Coach Lanker on Twitter, you'll know that he's a big barbecuer. Is the barbecue locked and ready for the weekend? Good to see you in. Thoughty. Oh, my weekend is so short. The man who doesn't have a job. What do you mean? I didn't say I didn't have a job. And plays FM for work 3 times a week. Hey. I just told you, Sunday morning, I'm at the coalface. I'm down the mine, son. I'm tutoring 4 students back to back. 9 till 1. Hey, don't you tell me about how tough life can be. I'll be sat in this swivel chair, grinding, grafting. Come on. That's dirty work that somebody's got to do. Just adding to the UK's very lopsided service sector industry. Anyway, Simon Thorne. Oh, come on, Simon.
Evening, everybody.
Worldle is the geographical equivalent. Welcome in, Simon Thornley. We were talking about you earlier, Simon. Apologies. Because of work. Behave yourself, Thoughtsy. Because of work, I haven't had chance to record our next save video. I I've recorded the audio for it, but I haven't finished with all of the shenanigans yet. But that'll be out for next weekend, Simon, and it's going to be a goodie. Brian, you do... hang on. You do Wordle and Quordle? Quordle? Is that like you've got to guess the Quidditch player, or what's Quordle? You used to do Hurdle, but fell out of practice. You should try it again. It was always fun. It was. And now that Spotify have destroyed the actual Hurdle, the 80s, 90s, and noughties ones are good fun. KD3, God, they're all here.
Hey, everybody.
KD3's in. Good to see you. We've got a game against Bradford City coming in. Welcome in. How is the Prince of Poland this afternoon? The Warrior of Warsaw. Good to see you. Swedish is Svenska. And Sweden. Okay, so Swedish is Svenska. And Sweden is... I'm having trouble with that one, aren't I? Sverige. No, that's bad. That's bad. So I was actually right twice there, wasn't I? JB, speaking of Scandi, the Nordic T20 Cup starts next weekend. Denmark, Finland, Norway and Sweden compete in a double round robin. What, of cricket? A cricket? Do they play any cricket? Titan, very powerful was correct. Not a target forward though. You were dominant centre-half who took all the free kicks at least 5 metres outside the penalty areas. There we go, Titan. Yeah, there we go. That's the spirit. That's what I thought. Talis, you still play now and again, although it's difficult with an injury, but it's fun. Usually playing in 2 positions. What have I missed here, Talis? What have I missed? Playing football or hurdle? What kind of injury have you got that keeps you out of hurdle? You got like a broken index finger? Thoughty, tutoring? That's just having cups of tea while children listen to an old man llama ramble on. As factually accurate as that might be, there's no need for it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Titan, I don't know if you've noticed, but you didn't recommend you visiting Finland. Might be a bit of Scandi rivalry there. I'm sure Finland is delicious, but I've no inclination to go there. I'd really like to go to Stockholm. I'd like to go to Göteborg. That's Gothenburg to you English people. You're not fluent in Swedish like me, or Svenska, as we've just learnt. Göteborg. I'd love to go to Malmö as well. I'd love to do Copenhagen and Malmö, just like James Harris was suggesting. That would be a trip. By the way, Mrs. Llama thinks that I want to go to all these places for the cultural highlights. I don't. I want to go and watch football in all these places. Never mind. Quordle is 4 words in 9 guesses. Heather loves Quordle. Apparently, Aussie Villain is in. Good to see you.
Evening, everybody.
Good to see you, Aussie Villain. What a pleasure it is to have an absolute stalwart of the Football Manager community live with us from, tell me if I'm out of date here, Aussie, but Yorkshire, aren't you? Is that your neck of the woods? Talis, oh, it's a football injury. Apologies. I thought you had a hurdle injury. Burst eardrum. KD3, you're good. Your girl drove to her mother for the weekend and took the dog, so here you are. Playing Football Manager all week. And I bet you're devastated, aren't you? Thoughty, you're sure they are lucky to have such a dynamic and knowledgeable tutor? Yeah, but they quit on them, so they've got me instead. Anyway, by the way, look, we're about to start. We're about to start our 3rd game of the stream. 8 minutes past 2. We've not even got to. I was gonna get a little chat going with you this afternoon, but I feel like more and more you don't need talking points in this stream. You're all busy chatting away the whole time. Welcome in Marco Almeida, by the way, and Aussie Villain is in West Yorkshire. Stalwart is generous. Absolutely not a bit of it. Not a bit of it. Anyway, I thought I'd get your footballing prowess to the fore this afternoon for our little halftime chat. I think there's a lot of players that have been signed by new clubs this season that I would say have been pretty successful signings. Probably Erling Haaland has been chief amongst those. But, and Joshua Brown, if you're still with us, Joshua Brown, if you're still with us, you will love this, my friend. I thought I'd try and get everybody's opinions on who the best signings of next season might be. Who are the players that either through Football Manager or your own real-world football viewing, you think might just be the players that in a year's time we're sat here thinking might be the greatest signings of next season. Now, those of you that are in the know will spot that over young Erling's shoulders there, that is Elia Wahi, the Montpellier striker, a player who Joshua Brown loved when we had them for Toulon in a YouTube save a few years ago. He scored 4 goals for Montpellier against Lyon at the weekend in the same game that Alexandre Lacazette also scored 4 goals for Lyon in that 5-4 victory. And Wahi looks like he could be a heck of a signing if anybody can prize him away from Montpellier for next season. So I think he could be a huge signing. There you go. That's my tip. You heard it here first. Elia Wahi, if he goes to a big European club, potentially to a Premier League club, would fit in great, by the way, at a club like maybe West Ham United, who I think are in need of a striker. Oh, I think could be electric. What have you lot got to say? Talis, you play a mix of 2 positions, depending how you're feeling and the needs. Rob, you tore your ACL while playing a match for your school against another local school. That sounds painful. Marco Almeida, who do I support for my sins, Marco? I'm afraid I am a Birmingham City supporter. That's an English-based team. What about you, though, Marco? Who do you support? Almeida, I'm guessing. Marco Almeida, maybe you support somebody Spanish, South American, perhaps? Let us know. Craig's guessing that Jude Bellingham. Titan saying Ramos to United or Bellingham to Real Madrid. Here's hoping, because I think we've got a 15% sell-on of wherever Bellingham goes, so we're looking forward to that. Talis thinks Bellingham could be an interesting watch for Real Madrid. Noble the Savage, Milos Kerkez, who played for RZ, I'm guessing, last night against West Ham United. Sleeping Dragoon and Kunko's an interesting shout. My kids tell me, and they watch TikToks on these kind of things, they say Nkunku's already got a pre-contract signed to go to Chelsea. Is that true, or are my kids off the mark with that? Orban from Hank. Aussie Villain. Kane being back up to Haaland would be a good signing. I'm never sure about Man City. Let's get back into FM, by the way. Whether Man City just need maybe like a little break from the signings just to stay the right side of those financial fair play regulations. Don't know. What else have we got? Noble the Savage likes KD3 shout of Orban from Henk. Talis Foster staying at Wrexham for 1 more year. That's got to be good. Llama, you're Portuguese, so you're a Benfica fan. You hope Birmingham do better next season. It'd be pretty tough for us to do worse, Marco. And if we did, well, we're probably going to get relegated. But we've got new owners coming in, so hopefully we might be able to strengthen a little bit more than we normally do. Sean Poole, Orban. A lot of people saying Orban. Okay, that could be good. Aussie Villain saw Villa linked with Asensio on a free. That would be a good pickup. Really would be. Greeno likes Kirkus as well. Hungarian fullback. There we go. Greeno knows his Hungarians. Rumours a few Prem clubs are interested, including the Cherries. Wouldn't that be a nice bit of kismet? More Hungarians at Bournemouth. That's what the world needs. Dragoon. Yeah, that's why you said it. So that's true, is it, Dragoon? So Nkunku's done deal, going to Chelsea. Great bit of business. You'll know this better than me then, Dragoon. Would Nkunku could he fulfill the role of an outright number 9, or is he a bit more kind of like in the number 10, kind of like battling with Havertz kind of slot? I don't see Kunku as an outright under 9, but I don't watch as much kind of like Champions League football as other people do. Oh no, not Leonard. Oh. Okay, well done. Hang on, they're coming again. Oh, that's 2 cleared off the line. Well, the same player, no less, as well. Tallis can't recall the lad's name, but he played for Chelsea over the weekend up front. Is it Madwaka? But looked fast with good feet. Just needs to work on the passes and composure. I don't think they pronounce it Madwaka, do they? By the way, Simon, are you messaging me scripts as I'm live? You're already getting going on the next script for a Save Ideas video. Incredible. If you'll forgive me, we're just going to text Mrs. Llama. Because I just heard the door go. She might have already let my parents in. There you go. Text sent. We'll see what Mrs. Llama comes back with. Tallis, you also wonder, given Southampton like to go down, where's Ward-Prowse? Okay, heard it here first. I was chatting with eldest Llama child about this. Oh, Whittaker. Nice. I can see Declan Rice moving during the summer and James Ward-Prowse replaces him at West Ham. There you go. Heard it here first. In the DM slot at West Ham United. Different kind of player to Declan Rice. I'm sure you'll agree. James Ward-Prowse can actually pass the ball forwards. Goodness me, did I say that? Did that come out? Greeno, think it could be a big... could be this summer. A big club comes in for Dominic Szoboszlai as well. Could be. Marco, Benfica will probably make another big sale. So you've got Goncalo Ramos or Antonio Silva. Do you know these players? Do you know what, Marco? I'm not as good with Champions League players as other Football Manager people are. Because I always start out in the very bottom division. I don't always get to learn the very best players around the world. I get to know players like Sir Harvey Nibbs. What are we going to say here? Let's keep them hungry. Nothing from Mrs. Llama. Dragoon, you can't say you're an expert, but you've heard or seen he's more of a number 10 as well. So Chelsea will probably splash out on a striker. Or am I off with this? Isn't Lukaku due to come back to Chelsea in the summer? Because I don't think Internazionale are going to have the funds to purchase him. Maybe unless they win the Champions League, but I'm not sure they'd even want to purchase them if they could raise the funds, are they? So unless they can try and get a route out for Lukaku on loan again, he could be back at Chelsea next season, I think. Darren Taylor's in. Darren, good to see you.
Evening, everybody.
Darren, you're probably on full-on cricket season mode, aren't you? Exciting time of the year for you. Burrows gets the ball. We're going to have to make some substitutions in a minute. You see how tired everybody is as the games progress. We really do need some reinforcements in this January window. We've got Whittaker slinging a ball into Butler Ayodeji, who throws a full head at it, makes no contact with the ball. Instead gives it away to Tony Hibbert, who's had a heck of a haircut since he played for Everton. Elmore sends it forward. Here's Bugsy Burrows, back to Fagan Walcott. J Law in the midfield. Lisa Stansfield going around the world to Nayayai. Just play it down the line. Oh, that is wretched. That's an awful challenge. Awful.
We're off to Fratton Park where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
I don't know, Jeff, has there? I must have missed that.
Unbelievable challenge. Oh, leg breaker. Leg breaker on Lisa Stansfield. Okay, let's get Rooney on. Let's get Stansfield off after that assault on his person. Let's get Bowden on. We need fresh legs everywhere. Fresh legs everywhere. The Bobster. Let's get Saiz back involved. That's 4 subs in one foul swoop. Okay, we're off again. What else have we got? We've got James Ward-Prowse, son of David Prowse. We've got, welcome in, Tom, by the way. We've got JB stepped away to make some pizza dough, misremembered the amounts, overcompensated in each direction. It's going to be one huge pizza then, isn't it? Thoughtsy, they have Lukaku and they have no money. They won't be buying anybody. Unless Lukaku returns from loan and actually steps up this time. He doesn't even seem to be getting in the Internazionale team anymore, does he? They're favouring Dzeko ahead of him. So, Llama, you remember QPR when they played in the Premier League with Les Ferdinand? Absolutely. Trevor Sinclair, Andy Impey, Ray Wilkins, Andy Sinton, Gary Penrice, Darren Peacock. Oh, what a team. Rufus Brevett. What a team. Ian Holloway. All the players, Marco. Showing your age a little bit there, though, Marco. Steady on. Showing your age. Joshua Brown. Lukaku wasn't the problem at Chelsea. He was used in a proper role. The new manager has got to unlock his ability. By new manager, do you mean Frank Lampard, or are we shopping around in the summer? KD3, Ramos is one of your faves in FM for a couple of years. Model citizen. DT, yep, full on cricket. You've got an ECB Premier League game that you're umpiring tomorrow. 6 cancellations this season so far due to the rain. The good weather's coming though, isn't it, Darren? The good weather's just around the corner. Talis, for a while, he seemed to give up. Understandable when asked to play out of position. He isn't comfortable with whomever they get in as a new manager. What do you mean, whomever? It's Frank's to lose, isn't it? He's got his first win in, 6 months at the weekend? Greeno, Stansfield needs a stretcher. Note the St John's ambulance team. People, hold on. Well done. Pokesy, my word, that QPR side were the first football match you saw live? Suppose Kent to QPR's not too far for you, is it, Pokesy? You probably got the train up into London from Kent. Direct train from Canterbury. Okay, send the assistants. Let's have a look at this league table. Let's have a look at it. Where are we? We're starting to look good now, aren't we? 3 to go up. We're 10 points clear of Burton. We're 5 points clear of Mansfield. I'm thinking that's all looking rather jaunty, you know. What we are brushing over is the fact that Keenan Davis is second top scorer. Keenan Davis plays for Bradford City. And he may be slightly on loan from QPR, because I may slightly have thought that because he turned 30, there was no role for him this season. And I may now slightly be regretting that. And he might slightly be the rotation striker that we could do up front. But all of those things are only slightly true. We'll brush over it. Right, I've got the text. The text is in. Brace yourselves, people. Brace yourselves. The parents have actually turned up early. Not meant to be here until 3. So we're going to call the stream there, but I think you're right, Craig. Maybe recall him for January or try and get a youngster in. That's got to be the name of the game. We are going to be back live on Monday. And we're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. We're back in the groove now. We've got more time to devote to streaming so we can get regular again, so to speak. Thank you to everybody, the legions of regulars, as well as the beautiful newcomers that have popped by this afternoon. I hope you have the most epic of weekends. Remember, you deserve it. Be kind to yourself. Watch lots of football. Play lots of Football Manager. Spend lots of time with your loved ones. And we will see you on Monday, when hopefully we could be in the position where we're taking QPR back to the division that I've just got them relegated from.